Imagine living in a world where being true to yourself means risking everything. For Muhsin Hendricks, this was not just a choice, it was a calling. Born in 1967 in the vibrant city of Cape Town, South Africa, Muhsin Hendricks grew up in a deeply religious Muslim household. From an early age, he felt the pull towards spirituality, leading him to pursue Islamic studies in Karachi, Pakistan. But even as he immersed himself in the teachings of Islam, Muhsin wrestled with a profound secret, his sexuality. In 1996, Hendricks made history by coming out as gay, becoming one of the first openly gay imams in the world. This bold decision, in a community where homosexuality was often met with hostility, would shape the rest of his life. He knew the risks, the backlash and the isolation that could come, but for Muhsin, authenticity mattered more than fear. Determined to create a space where LGBTQ+ Muslims could find solace, Hendricks founded the Inner Circle in 1998. This organization provided support, guidance and education to those struggling to reconcile their faith with their identity. His work didn't stop there. He later established the Al Ghurba Mosque in Cape Town, a mosque that welcomed everyone, regardless of their sexual orientation. Muhsin Hendricks' journey was one of courage, defying centuries-old stigmas and challenging the very foundations of traditional Islamic interpretations. His life was a testament to the power of acceptance, love, and unwavering faith. But on February 15, 2025, that journey came to a tragic and abrupt end. It was an ordinary day that turned into a nightmare no one saw coming. On the evening of February 15, 2025, Muhsin Hendricks was travelling near Gqeberha, a coastal city in South Africa, known for its serene landscapes and bustling urban life. But that night, the city became the backdrop for a chilling crime that would shock the world. As Hendricks drove along a quiet stretch of road, a vehicle suddenly swerved in front of him, forcing him to halt abruptly. Before he could react, two masked figures emerged from the vehicle. Eyewitnesses recall hearing rapid gunfire echoing through the night air. Hendricks was shot multiple times, and by the time help arrived, it was too late. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The attackers vanished into the night, leaving behind a shattered community and countless unanswered questions. Authorities launched an immediate investigation, but the motive behind the killing remains unclear. Was this a robbery gone wrong? Or was it something more sinister? A hate crime fueled by Hendricks' outspoken advocacy for LGBTQ+ rights within Islam. Speculation ran wild as police scoured the area for clues. Hendricks had faced threats before, death threats from those who saw his work as blasphemous, as a challenge to centuries of religious tradition. But he never let fear dictate his path. In a press briefing the following day, local authorities vowed to bring the perpetrators to justice. Yet as days turned into weeks, the case grew colder and the community grew more restless. The murder of Muhsin Hendricks wasn't just an attack on one man, it was an attack on the very ideals he stood for. The world had lost a beacon of hope, and the darkness of that night still lingers. News of Muhsin Hendricks' death spread like wildfire, igniting a wave of grief, outrage and reflection around the globe. In South Africa, the LGBTQ+ community mourned the loss of a trailblazer who had given them a voice when few others would. Vigils sprang up in Cape Town, Johannesburg and Durban, with mourners holding candles and placards that read, "Love is love and justice for Muhsin." The air was thick with sorrow, but also with a renewed determination to continue the fight Hendricks had started. Internationally, tributes poured in from human rights organizations, activists and religious leaders. The International Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Trans and Intersex Association, ILGA, released a heartfelt statement. Muhsin Hendricks was more than an imam. He was a symbol of courage and compassion. His work inspired countless LGBTQ+ Muslims to embrace their faith without fear. One of the most poignant tributes came from a young Muslim man in Indonesia who wrote on social media, "Imam Muhsin showed me that I could be both gay and Muslim. His death feels like losing a father." His words resonated with many, highlighting the profound impact Hendricks had on individuals far beyond South Africa's borders. Even those who had once opposed Hendricks acknowledged the magnitude of his influence. A prominent South African cleric who had previously criticized Hendricks' work stated, "We may have disagreed, but Muhsin Hendricks' commitment to his beliefs was undeniable. His death is a loss to all of us." However, the tragedy also sparked heated debates. Some conservative voices argued that Hendricks' death was a reminder of the dangers of challenging religious norms. Others fiercely defended his legacy, calling for an end to violence and discrimination against LGBTQ+ individuals within religious spaces. As tributes continued to flood in, one thing became clear. Muhsin Hendricks' death had not silenced him. If anything, it amplified his message, rallying supporters to ensure that his dream of an inclusive Islamic community would never be forgotten. But perhaps the greatest tribute to Hendricks lies not in words, but in the lasting change he inspired. Even in death, Muhsin Hendricks' legacy refuses to be buried. Throughout his life, Hendricks challenged one of the most deeply entrenched taboos within Islam: homosexuality. His unwavering belief that faith and sexuality could coexist sparked conversations that many had long avoided. But it wasn't just his courage that left a mark, it was his compassion. The Inner Circle, the organization he founded, continues to thrive, offering counseling workshops and educational resources to LGBTQ+ Muslims worldwide. Hendricks believed that many of the negative perceptions around homosexuality in Islam stemmed from misinterpretations of religious texts. His lectures and writings dissected these texts, presenting alternative perspectives that emphasized love, acceptance, and human dignity. In the years leading up to his death, Hendricks traveled extensively, speaking at conferences, mosques, and universities. His voice resonated not only with LGBTQ+ Muslims, but also with allies who saw the need for a more inclusive faith. His documentary, The Radical Truth, became a cornerstone for discussions around Islam and LGBTQ+ rights, shedding light on the challenges faced by queer Muslims globally. But Hendricks' impact wasn't just academic or institutional, it was deeply personal. Stories abound of individuals who, after years of self-loathing and fear, found peace through his guidance. One such individual, a young woman from Egypt, recalled how Hendricks' words saved her from the brink of despair. "I thought I had to choose between my faith and my identity. Imam Muhsin showed me I didn't have to." However, Hendricks' journey was fraught with challenges. He faced threats to his life, ostracization from parts of the Muslim community, and immense personal sacrifices. Yet, he once said, the need to be authentic was greater than the fear to die. These words, hauntingly prophetic now, continue to inspire. In the wake of his death, several human rights organizations have called for renewed efforts to protect LGBTQ+ individuals in religious communities. Scholarships and awards in Hendricks' name have been established, ensuring that his work lives on through future generations. As we remember Muhsin Hendricks, we are reminded that true courage lies in standing up for what's right, even when the world stands against you. His death may have taken him from us, but his light continues to guide countless souls searching for acceptance and peace.